Two antennas got married last Saturday. The reception was fantastic. Hi guys, how's everyone? So today I'm building a nightclub slash bowling alley slash bar slash lounge slash whatever you want to call it. And this is my first speed build today. I have some stories to tell you. So, this week we had a long weekend, right? We had Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with no school. Wednesday, my friend, she told me, she was like, hey, I'm gonna enjoy your weekend, right? I was like, why? Why is she telling me that, right? Like, that's such an unusual thing to say, like, you're gonna have fun this weekend, right? So, I'm like, why? And she's like, because you're gonna play Smiths all the time. And I'm like, Smiths? I was like, what's Smiths? She's like, that game where you control people's lives. I was like, Smiths! I laughed so hard. And it was so funny, actually. And oh my god, okay. So today's theme is times I got in trouble at school. And for what and how. Okay, so let's start. Oh, let's talk about last few years. Okay, so I changed schools 2 years ago. And my old school, I used to eat, so we didn't have a 10-minute break between each class. I would get hungry, so I would eat in secrecy without the teacher knowing it. And even if they did know, I wouldn't get in much trouble. They would just tell me to hide it, to put it away, right? So I changed schools, and the new school, they give us a 10-minute break every 50 minutes after every class. So I got hungry. It was math class, and I was bored, and I wasn't understanding a thing he was saying, right? I opened the notebook in front of me, so I hid my face. I got an apple, and I bit into it with the loudest crunch. It was like, and I was laughing. I don't know why. I don't know what was happening, but I was like such a delinquent, right? So he caught me, and he started screaming like, what are you doing? I'm gonna give you a card. Not card, what's it called? It's like they write on the paper and they sign that this is like a warning. Yeah. So he gave me a warning, and I was like, and so my argument was that I told him there is no law that explicitly says that we're not allowed to eat apples in class, and he was like, you need a law to tell you don't need to eat apples in class? I was like, well, yeah. And then I went out of class for like the whole class, for the whole period. And another time, it was with the same teacher, so the whole class was talking so loudly. It was so loud, no one was shutting up, right? Except me. I wasn't talking the whole time. So at some point, someone asked me a question, and I said yes, or like 2 words, like I barely said anything. He got pissed. He looked at the first kid. The first kid was me. He was like, "You get out of here!" And then I went out of class, and I got another warning for speaking, apparently. And I was like, "I didn't speak!" Blah, blah, blah. And the whole class was like, "He didn't speak!" Blah, blah, blah. And yep. That's 2 warnings, one for eating an apple and another for speaking 2 words. And apparently I spoke as much as the class, apparently. Yeah, those are 2 times I got a warning from the same teacher. Another time, I was reading Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children, the first book. So I was reading it. So I was reading the book, and I finished it, and my friend, she was curious. So I was like, you want to read it? She took it to read it. We had the history class, and in history class, it's so boring because he doesn't even teach anything. It's just, he gives students projects to do, and they do it, and it's the most boring thing that ever set foot on earth. Yes, that's how you say it. Yeah, so everyone was so bored, so I would read usually, and usually he wouldn't see me. Like, I didn't know like that was a problem, like, because usually adults are like, you have to read to be good, you know what I mean? Yeah, so we were reading, minding our own business. She was reading, I was bored. So at some point she laughed because there was a joke, and then the teacher saw her, and he was like, give that to me. Like, in the most annoying, he was so sassy, he was so bitchy about it, that pissed me off. He took the book, and then at the end of the period, I was like, sir, can I have my book, please? And he was like, no, I'm keeping it with me for the rest of the year. I was like, bitch, what do you mean? And then at some point I was like, "Sir, this is called theft." And then I got in so much trouble for it. He kept the book with him, and he was like, "Oh, this is how you." I got another warning, and yeah, apparently you can get as many warnings as you want, and nothing happens. Yeah, so I got another warning, and he took the book, and then he said that he's not gonna give it back ever. But like, I got it back in the end of the year. But before, so I told my aunt about it. I was so pissed. I was so mad. And the girl who was reading, she felt so guilty. She started crying. I assured her that it's okay. Yeah. So I was so mad. I talked to my aunt about it. First, I talked to my mom, and my mom was like, "Ah, he's right." I know. I get so pissed. You know when you get pissed at someone, and then you talk to your parents, and your parents are like, "Yeah, he's right." No, girl, don't do that. Yeah. So I spoke to my aunt, and she was like, "You know what you should do?" I was like, "What?" She said, "Tell him to shove it up his ass." And I laughed so hard because it's the first time she speaks to me like in such a tone. But the thing about my aunt, she hates when teachers like get mean and like annoy, like, yeah, when they annoy kids. You know what I mean? Oh hey, guess what time it is? It's pun time. Get it? It's a pun within a pun. Okay. So, I have my website open. It's 35 puns to read to make your day better. I'm gonna read a random one. There we go. So here's the pun. I used to have a fear of hurdles, but I got over it. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. Funny, right? Ha. Right. So the first year I went to the new school, I got in so much trouble simply because in the old school, teachers weren't so uptight, and basically if you made a mistake, and sometimes I literally got in trouble for random mistakes I didn't know, like I didn't do it on purpose. So in the old school, like if you do a mistake, they get that we're humans and we do mistakes, right? And they talk to you, and then if you do it again like 2 times more, and then they give you a warning. It's better this way, because in the new school we feel threatened all the time. Like every time I want to do something, I'm scared I'm gonna get in trouble. It's not even something that's like bad or anything. It's just scary because you don't know what they want and what they don't want of you. Yeah. So another time I got in trouble was I was wearing. Okay, so in our school we have a uniform, right? So we have a uniform for normal days and a uniform for sports days. So on sports days, the pants are very cozy, and they're useful for the cold because they keep the heat in. So one day it was really, 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 really cold. So I wore the pants, right? Not only me, we're 200 students. It was grade 10. At least 190 of them. No, 160 of them were wearing the pants I was wearing because it was so cold. I swear the other pants let all the cold in. What happened was that the director, I guess you could call her, she I don't know why, she just got pissed or something. I don't know who hurt her. She just decided to go around and tell everyone who's wearing pants to stand on the side. So you see, like, we stood like in rows, just like in the military. You see, there's like 3 students in the class, and there were in each class, and the rest were outside waiting because. So we were waiting in a row, and at the end of the row there's a table where there was the warnings, that right? So all you do, she filled all the warnings with the same words, and then all you do is that you come and you sign, and then you give it back, and then we left. So that's one time I got a warning. She felt, I don't know who hurt her, I don't know who died in her family, I don't know what happened. I don't know she's menopause probably. Maybe she hit menopause that day. Maybe that's why. Yeah. And I got a warning for no fucking reason. And then from that day, and we told them that we wanted like winter pants because it's cold, and they were like, "Oh yes, you can just wear calzone or something." I don't know what they said. I was so pissed. Oh my god, times school pissed me off. Let me tell you. So last year, the director of the whole school is like higher than the director that gave us the warnings. He spoke to the whole school. He said that we're gonna add extracurricular activities with grades. So if you get good grades, these grades are gonna add to your total average of the actual class, of the actual like school grades, right? So I was like, cool, I'll do this and I'll get extra grades. So it did actually give me a lot, like half a point over 20, which is a lot in this French system. I got better grades than I would have gotten if I didn't do the extracurricular activities. I was like, yay, cool. So this year I was getting my grades for university. It showed as if there wasn't any, like they didn't take into consideration the grades of the extracurricular activities. And I asked why, and she was like, well, oh, and they changed directors that year. So like she was like, well, we changed directors and the decision is not made anymore. Like it's not that anymore. It's they don't take it with they don't take the grades of the extracurricular activities with the school grades. And I got so pissed because I got the grades when the director was the one who decided that the extracurricular activities were gonna give you extra grades, and it pissed me off because not only did they not give me the grades, they got money because I paid for these extracurricular activities. So it pissed me off because it felt like all they did was trick us into paying, right? Guess what time it is? It's pun time. The grape didn't say much when he got stepped on. He just let out a little whine. Ha ha! Get it? Whine? Okay. Well... By the way, I'm really sick. I think I have bronchitis, but before that, I had the flu. I still have it, I think. But I have bronchitis, I think, right now. One time, so I had a friend that played Sims back when The Sims 3 was the bomb, like before The Sims 4 came out. We were playing, we used to like play and share our stories and stuff. So one time, my friend showed his dad trailer of one of the Sims 3 like expansion packs. I forgot which one. So in the trailer there's like the guy and the girl making out, I think, and something, and like I don't know what happened. So the dad just flipped out. He was like, my son is playing a game where there's nudity and sex, oh my god. And we were like 13 at the time, so I guess we can play it, right? He was like, no, you will not play this game. And he was punished and he couldn't play this game for like 3 weeks, and then he played the game without asking his dad, and then his dad didn't say anything, so haha. So anyway, you guys, I'm gonna cut off right here because I ran out of things to say and the build is almost over. I hope you enjoy the rest of the build, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!